In what's shaping up to be one of the most explosive celebrity clashes of the year, Meghan Markle reportedly flew into a fury after Arnold Schwarzenegger casually referred to her as a mini Brigitte. During a lighthearted segment on The Graham Norton Show, the Hollywood icon, known for his off-the-cuff charm and brash honesty, had been reminiscing about his days working alongside legendary European stars when he likened Meghan to Brigitte Bardot, not in terms of beauty but in reference to public drama and diva behavior. What was meant as a tongue-in-cheek remark quickly spiraled into a media firestorm, with insiders close to Meghan claiming she was absolutely livid and viewed the comment as a calculated public jab. But was Schwarzenegger really out of line, or did he just say what many in Hollywood and beyond have been thinking? To understand the fury behind Meghan's reaction, we need to revisit her carefully crafted public image. Since stepping back from royal duties with Prince Harry in 2020, Meghan has repeatedly positioned herself as a victim of both the monarchy and media. From the Oprah Winfrey interview to the Netflix docuseries and the release of Harry's memoir Spare, the couple's narrative has been consistent. They are misunderstood, mistreated, and merely seeking peace and privacy. But critics argue that Meghan's behavior tells a different story, one of manipulation, control, and strategic image building. Take, for example, the number of public spats she has been involved in since joining the royal family. From allegedly making Kate Middleton cry over flower girl dresses, a claim Meghan denied, but which insiders insisted was true, to tension with palace aides, some of whom have quit and described a toxic work environment. Meghan's presence has been anything but neutral. The now infamous Meghan versus the firm narrative has painted her as an outsider, but increasingly even neutral observers are starting to view her as a polarizing and divisive figure. This is where Arnold's comment cuts especially deep. Brigitte Bardot, once Europe's most celebrated bombshell, later became known for her fierce temperament, controversial political views, and numerous feuds with the press. In likening Meghan to Bardot, Schwarzenegger may have been alluding not just to her public visibility but also to her knack for controversy and her penchant for stirring public sentiment. Though Meghan may have taken it as a sexist or dismissive jab, it arguably reflects a more widespread sentiment that many are too afraid to voice. Meghan's brand has evolved from victim to provocateur. It's also worth noting that this isn't the first time Meghan has reacted strongly to public commentary. British broadcaster Jeremy Clarkson's December 2022 column, in which he described hating Meghan on a cellular level, sparked an uproar. Although Clarkson later apologized, the incident underlined how hypersensitive the Sussexes are to criticism even when it comes from outside the palace. Similarly, Meghan's rumored discontent with South Park's parody of her and Harry as the Prince and Princess of Canada showed that satire and mockery are nerves too easily touched. What Arnold did, knowingly or not, was pull the veil off the manufactured grace. The phrase mini Brigitte may seem flippant, but it slices into Meghan's ongoing attempt to reinvent herself as an inspiring humanitarian. The comparison suggests that behind the speeches and carefully lit interviews lies a media-trained celebrity who thrives on public attention, not flees from it. Reactions to Arnold's comment have been mixed. Some viewers found it hilarious, a refreshing moment of unscripted honesty in an era where most celebrities tiptoe around any potentially controversial subject. Others have slammed it as inappropriate. Still, even Meghan's defenders have had to admit that her repeated calls for privacy are at odds with her actions, from signing with WME, one of the biggest talent agencies in the world, to launching a new lifestyle brand shortly after the comment aired. Interestingly, insiders claim that Meghan was not only upset but considering reaching out to her team to issue a formal response. If true, it would be yet another example of her insistence on controlling every aspect of her public narrative, even when the criticism is so fleeting it hardly warrants attention. But that's been the pattern: react, respond, control the headlines. Meanwhile, Schwarzenegger remains unfazed. According to those close to him, he has no regrets about the comment, adding privately that people are too sensitive these days. Coming from a man whose entire career was built on brash confidence and unapologetic honesty, it's hard to imagine him backing down. Ultimately, what this episode underscores is a deep cultural divide between those who view Meghan as a trailblazer unfairly targeted by institutional forces, and those who see her as a master manipulator whose carefully curated image is finally beginning to crack. Arnold Schwarzenegger may have just pulled the thread that unravels the whole sweater, and Meghan's anger? It might just prove his point. The irony of Meghan's reaction is that in her fury she might be validating exactly what Arnold implied, that she thrives on attention, and when the narrative isn't in her control she lashes out. Her reported behind-the-scenes panic, coupled with the possibility of a formal PR pushback, reinforces the perception that she's less concerned with genuine insult and more with image management. Instead of brushing off the comment as most celebrities do when thrown into the whirlwind of late-night banter, Meghan's alleged indignation has only amplified the moment. Rather than diminish Arnold's offhand remark, she has elevated it into a full-blown media spectacle, the kind that keeps her name in the headlines she publicly claims to avoid. This reaction has once again raised eyebrows in both media and royal circles. Has Meghan learned nothing from her past media missteps? Every time she seeks to silence or correct a narrative, it seems to only fuel it. Perhaps what the world is witnessing isn't the unraveling of her sweater, but the unraveling of her strategy. As the cameras roll and the headlines multiply, one thing is becoming clear. Meghan may have met her match not in the British royal family, but in a candid, aging action star with nothing left to lose.